Hello, I'm Dr. Russell Dawn, President of Concordia University Chicago. Thank you for tuning in to today's Cougar Athletics broadcast. We take great pride in the strength of both our athletic and academic programs, which are rooted in our steadfast commitment to Jesus Christ. Dedicated to the liberal arts as a foundation of a high-quality college degree, we believe education should form individuals for service to their neighbors. This makes Concordia Chicago an exciting and fulfilling place to study, work, learn, and grow. Learn more today by visiting cuchicago.edu. Thank you, and go Cougars!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cougar Sports Network for some holiday basketball, and it's some NAC action. Concordia University Chicago hosting Aurora University. I'm Kayla McLeod. Joining me on the call today is head coach of the women's basketball team, Lauren Martin. And we are underway inside Geisman. Aurora winning the tip. Let's take a look at these starting lineups. First for Aurora, Colin Rawls, Juan Madrigal, Jeffrey Helmer, Makai Doby, and Devon Richardson. As Richardson goes up for the first shot, has it blocked and calls for the jump ball. Possession back to the Cougars. Perfect time to go over the Cougars starting lineup. Tommy Zimmer, Talis Lowry, Darion Williams, Vic Garrett, and Riker Johnson. And no better way to start the game than with a momentum shift like that. Zimmer brings the ball around, hands it off to Williams. Williams cutting inside, a little pull-up J for Williams, no good, front iron. Rebound into the hands of Doby. These two teams have a lot of deep-rooted history. It's gonna be a fun one in here tonight. Concordia picked up both wins over Aurora last season for the first time since the 2011-2012 season. So Aurora coming in here today with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. 5 on the shot clock. The feed down low, up and good for 2. Helmer puts the first points up on the board. Lowry, a little step back floater, no good. Garrett with the rebound, batted around a little bit, but he comes away with it. Bodying inside the paint, up, no good. Rebound into the hands of Richardson. That one stolen by Zimmer. He's coming down quickly, up and in. Tommy Zimmer puts the first points on the board for CUC with a fast break layup.
That's a great way for defense to lead to your offense right there.
Nothing you like to see more than a steal turned into the layup for the person that got the steal.
Absolutely.
Madrigal with the ball outside, guarded by Zimmer. Strong take, blocked by Zimmer, but still able to get the shot up and in. A strong take from Juan Madrigal.
And right away, we're going to see them pick up in that full court pressure.
Lowry bringing the ball down the floor, guarded by Rawls. Williams at the top, thought about pulling a 3, instead takes the screen from Garrett. Now for a little pull-up mid-range, in and out, no good. Rebound to Richardson. Doby handing the ball off to Rawls. Madrigal at the top, he takes the screen. Feeds it back inside to Richardson. Batted around a little bit, but it's going to stay with the Spartans.
On a few of these first possessions, we've seen a lot of high ball screens and rolls. They're going to keep looking to do that with 22 there.
Utilizing Richardson's size to get that high ball screen, as you were saying, and really it's going to be a tough battle for Garrett and Richardson inside, as that 3 for Rawls is no good. Williams met by the defender, pulls it back out for Lowry. Some nice handles, gets the floater, misses the shot, but the foul call nonetheless. Talis Lowry picking up the first free throws here inside Geisman tonight. First free throw is good for Lowry, one of the top free throw shooters on this CUC team, shooting just above 88% on the season. Second free throw is good, and that brings us to a tie ball game. Some subs coming in. Checking in for the Spartans, Zarek Johnson. Coming in replacement of Doby. High look here for Richardson. Hands it off to Madrigal. Off balance, pull up. Madrigal looking for a foul call, none given. Lowry pulls the board, coming down quick. Pulls it out over to Williams. Johnson takes the screen, finds some space inside. Hard up to the basket, count it, and one! Riker Johnson! Some good momentum there, and Johnson has the chance for the three-point play. And he gets it. Cougars lead 6-4 for the first time here today. Excuse me, 7-4. Johnson on the far wing, cutting inside baseline. He goes up, and Williams, I believe, is going to get called for the foul. Something CUC has struggled with so far this season is containing without fouling. In their last home game, I believe against Adrian on this past Sunday, we saw a lot of fouls early in the game. Then they were able to hold off, and then we saw a lot of fouls early in the second half. So they're a team that plays fast, plays aggressive, gets a lot of foul calls early on before having to change their style of play to adjust to hopefully not let the other team get into the bonus too early in the game.
If Aurora's going to keep driving downhill like that and look to get fouls, the adjustments will be to close out and contain a little bit more.
Big time three from Williams. Williams wanting the foul call on it. Doesn't get it, but the Cougars extend their lead 10-5. Rawls on the wing, guarded by Zimmer. Takes the screen. Little hesitation, stutter step, blocked by Garrett. Welcome to Geisman Gymnasium. And we are going to see our first media timeout of the game. Vic Garrett just absolutely taking control and swatting that ball straight down, left absolutely no room for that ball to actually get out of his hand, essentially. And the Spartans, they're having a little trouble scoring here.
Yeah, when they get downhill and they're drawing fouls and controlled, they're really getting some nice looks. But forcing the ball there off of that high screen and roll again has not created much offense for them.
Yeah, the Spartans, they haven't had any field goals in the last 2.5 minutes, picking up what they can, where they can, but realistically needing to get that ball in motion in the air. They're going to try to continue to draw those fouls. That's what you were talking about a little bit, getting downhill and drawing the fouls on the Cougars, but free throws can only get you so far if you're not scoring from the field at all.
The ball movement, it's sticking with people, and the more that they can get Concordia moving on defense, the more they'll open up possessions for them. But the one and done getting there is just not opening up for them.
Absolutely, and on the flip side, CUC, something that they are so good at is those blocks and those steals. They play a fast, aggressive defense, and Zimmer already with one steal on the day. Garrett already with one steal on the day. Vic Garrett adding in a block just now. So being able to play that strong defense and keeping it clean is going to be really key for CUC here.
Right now, Aurora has 11 seconds on the shot clock to make something happen.
15:22 remaining in the half. Rawls inbounding. Feeds it in for Richardson. Handoff back to Rawls. He's got some space. Instead, kicks back out. Johnson has to throw one up. No good. And a shot clock violation against Aurora.
Solid defensive possession by the Cougars.
Nothing more rewarding than a shot clock violation after playing defense for a strong 30 seconds. Williams double teamed, able to find Johnson. Johnson feeds it ahead for Garrett, who's going to have his hand at a three, in and out, no good. Chases his own rebound down, a little pump fake, no good. Zimmer goes up for it, no good. And finally the rebound into the hands of Richardson, and they're going to nail Garrett for the foul on it. Some good hustle from Vic Garrett, the junior from Chicago, Illinois. Following his shot, getting another opportunity, just could not quite finish. Full court pressure from CUC. Johnson bringing the ball down the floor. Feeds it inside for Richardson. Richardson up, looks for the dunk, and he's gonna get fouled on it. Richardson going in strong with 2 hands. And that's gonna send him to the line for 2.
Just a simple entry pass inside, let your big man go to work, ends up at the foul line.
Richardson's first free throw, no good. Shooting just about 55% from the charity stripe on the season. Richardson, Aurora's leading scorer, though, averaging 16.1 points per game. And as you've already talked about, getting him the looks inside and letting the big man go to work, it's exactly what you need to do, and that's how you become the leading scorer for this Aurora squad.
This free throw box out there for the Cougars. Get another possession in there for the Spartans.
Batted around a little bit and making his way to the hoop was Zarek Johnson, who gets fouled. And that's going to be another pair of free throws. Aaron Brown called for the foul on that one. Johnson's first free throw, no good. Johnson shooting just about 83% from the charity stripe this season. Able to pick up the second one. 14:23 to play in the half. Full court pressure from the Spartans. Riker Johnson bringing the ball down the floor, feeds it ahead to Williams. Williams, a little pull-up mid-range, and it's good.
Nice little stop and pop there.
Johnson up ahead to Doby. Doby slowing things down, letting his offense get into motion here. Zimmer with the steal right into the hands of Williams, and Zimmer's going to pull things out, slow it down a little bit. Johnson thought about a three, instead feeds it over to Lowry. Lowry, a little hesitation, turnaround, no good. Rebound into the hands of Doby. Believe that was Zimmer's second steal of the day. Long three for Rawls is good. A much needed bucket for Aurora. They were on a bit of a drought from the field for the last just about 4 minutes or so. Finally able to break that glass lid on top of the basket, but that pass intercepted by Johnson. As that one stripped right out of the hands of Doby into the hands of Johnson, and Riker Johnson able to draw the foul here. Doby picking up the foul in the process. And
Johnson's
we're going to see
come up with quite a few hustle plays here, deflections on the ball and steals that have really generated some nice offense for the Cougars.
And those hustle plays, you know, though not always on the stat sheet, deflections and, you know, diving after the ball, but those hustle plays really are the game changers for any team. And looking at the lineup on the floor for the Cougars right now, you've got arguably your biggest hustle man on the floor in A.J. Willard, who recently checked in. Also checking in Jacob Robinson and Kenton Pryor. As a pull-up three is good.
Great patience there with the shot. Knocked down by Williams.
Tight defense here. Able to feed the ball ahead was Johnson. And the Spartans slow things down a little bit. Richardson. Hand over to Rawls, who steps back for three, and he got it. We're going to have ourselves a three-point shootout at this rate.
You can see the patience on Aurora, swinging the ball a little bit more, getting more people touching the ball and leading some good energy, nice rhythm shots.
A little floater there from Robinson, no good. Rebound into the hands of Madrigal. Rawls for another three. He got it. Heat check. Cullen Rawls is starting to find his rhythm here. 2 for 3 from deep.
You can see their defensive energy definitely picking up through these made threes, all over the place, trapping.
Robinson over to Willard. Willard, one more to Brown. Aaron Brown for 3. He got it! The threes are raining inside Geisman Gymnasium tonight. Richardson here. Hands it off to Madrigal. Finds some space, drives in, finger roll up and good for 2.
Just late rotation on the help. Good read by Aurora.
Pryor inbounding, gets the ball to Williams. Pitches it ahead, fast pace. Willard up, off balance, no good. Rebound batted around a little bit. The Cougars not making that an easy rebound, but coming away was Johnson. And Williams now getting called for the foul. Rawls had a nice little hesitation fake there. Looked like he might have been going for an outward pass. Instead, saw some space, took the baseline drive, and just ran straight into Williams.
One more step, you might get an offensive foul charge, just one step behind.
As we hit another media timeout, we're going to take a quick break as well. Don't go anywhere. CUC leads by 1, 10:54 to play right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, 10:54 to play. CUC up 18-17. Aurora has 24 on the shot clock. Looks like they're not going to need it, though, as that one off the glass and no good for Hilmer. CUC with the opportunity to extend their lead a little bit here on this possession. Brown with a little short corner look, and that's good. Aaron Brown.
Just coming in off the bench, giving some instant offense for the Cougars tonight.
A quick 5 points for Brown and getting it done on the defensive end as well. Tasked with guarding Richardson. Rawls on the far side, feeds it into Richardson. The kick out. A 3 look for Madrigal, no good, excuse me. That was Bryden Grismala who had that look.
So much patience there for Richardson off that offensive rebound putback.
20-19 in favor of CUC. Lou Loudis now, he looks for that backdoor cut for Willard, but instead intercepted by the Spartans. Rawls coming down the floor, kicks it out. And a nice cut to the basket for Richardson. Strong on the ball and a light finish. Lou Loudis bringing the ball down the floor for CUC. Hands it off to Lowry. Lowry, plenty of space for a 3. He gets it.
Let me hear it, let me hear it, let me hear it.
Bingo, bango, bongo. Talis Lowry joining this three-point party. Rawls with the ball, guarded by Willard. A.J. Willard, arguably the most pesky defender on this CUC squad. And it works out. Brown coming around away with it. Lowry up and good for two.
Defense leading to your offense is exciting.
CUC leads 25-21. Grismala broken up there. Richardson now with it up top. Hands it off to Madrigal. And there's going to be an offensive foul called. They're going to get Devon Richardson on the offensive foul and send things back down for the Cougar offense.
Right now, the Concordia Cougars have 6 deflections, 6 steals, and 6 turnovers within that offensive foul. Their defense is really leading to their offense. Seeing that defensive pressure intensity really halts Aurora's offense.
Lowry bringing the ball down for the Cougars. Feeds it inside to Brown, but it's poked away. Robert Hudson recently checking in for the Spartans. He's able to get control of that one. Grismala in the corner, feeds it up top to Rawls. Rawls, a deep three, no good. Rebound into the hands of Pryor. Pryor pitches it ahead for Brown. Brown going all the way, has that one blocked by Hudson. Looks like it's gonna stay with the Cougars. But a good pitch ahead and a really great opportunity there. Just couldn't get enough control on the ball to keep it high and away. But possession's going to stay with CUC. They're going to have 23 on the shot clock. It brings us to another media timeout. 7:47 to play. But these two teams, they're just having a lot of fun going back and forth here. Aurora 10 points in the paint. Most of them coming from Richardson. So you see only 6 points coming from the paint. They're shooting the ball really well. Obviously, we've seen a lot of good threes, but Cougars, a lot of great pull-up jumpers, those mid-range, those short corner looks, and that's really where arguably CUC is the strongest from.
Yeah, I mean, they're shooting 80% right now from 3 to Aurora's 50%, which is really great. But getting that ball moving and swinging out, and again, just providing energy with the ball creates high percentage shots, and you can see that 4 or 5 from 3, and overall 45% from the field for the Cougars.
And another one that, you were talking about the defense leading to the offense. Aurora 6 turnovers, and Concordia has 7 points off of turnovers. And those are the things that not only are the Cougars forcing those turnovers, they're CUC already 5 steals in the game, but they're translating on it. They're able to get buckets from those turnovers, and it's translating here.
And it's a fun way to play basketball. It creates a lot of energy in the gym and just keeps everybody engaged.
And during this winter break stretch for CUC, as campus went on winter break this past weekend, all the energy inside Geisman is much appreciated as the students are no longer on campus. But turnover there for the Cougars sends things back down the other direction. Rawls up top, guarded by Willard. Finds the corner look for Grismala. He's going to take the baseline drive and force out of bounds. Great defense from Honore Yangwa, not giving up that baseline drive and just forcing Grismala right out of bounds. Lowry coming down the floor, guarded by Grismala. Feeds it over to Willard. Inside the paint for Guthrie. Little step through. Reverse underneath, up and in. Oh my goodness. That man hit just about every basketball move possible to make that happen.
Beautiful move.
Rawls pitches it ahead. Gets it back up top. Hand off to Grismala. Corner look for Hudson. No good. Willard with the rebound and draws the foul. Cougars on a 7-0 run in the last 2 minutes or so. Meanwhile, the Spartans, 3 turnovers in just about that same time frame.
see Aurora applying some extra pressure here, getting up in their press.
Yanghua with the ball. Back over to Lowry. Lowry here to Zimmer on the near side wing. Looks to feed it inside instead. Switches it around. Lowry back to Yanghua. Yanghua driving in. Guthrie on the far side. Up top to Lowry. Shot clock winding down. 4 to shoot. The corner looked for Zimmer and said he's going to take a mid-range pull-up jumper off front iron. No good. Just as the shot clock was expiring, but the rebound into the hands of Dobie. That's the definition of sharing the ball right there. A lot of good looks, but waiting for the better one.
Possession. You saw cuts, you saw post-to-post cross screens, just rush shot at the end. But as far as offense and making people play honest through a lot of screens and a lot of cuts, you saw everything on that possession.
Foul called on Zimmer. It's gonna give time for some subs to come in for CUC. Checking in for the first time today, Carter Privet. And returning to the game is Riker Johnson. Corner look, here's Dobie. Takes the screen. A pump fake, able to get plenty of space for a pull-up, and he gets it. A much-needed bucket for the Spartans. Yanghua over to Privet. 5.5 to play now in the half. Privet up top to Zimmer. Swings the ball over to Yanghua. Yanghua cuts back. Looks for the feed inside. Rejected. Finds it now. Guthrie back out to Yanghua. 3 on the shot clock. And no good into the hands of Madrigal.
Again, you saw a lot of movement, a lot of actions, down screens, cross screens, ball screens. Just again, rush shot at the end. Probably some opportunity to score even prior to that last shot.
Dobie with another mid-range look. He got it. Back to back, Makai Dobie from the same exact spot. 27-25, the CUC lead. Cougars on a scoring drought for the last 2 minutes.
It's a nice little sweet spot for them, coming off the ball screen, reading it. What the defense gave them there was the pull-up J, and he hit a great shot.
Johnson over to Guthrie up top. Privet takes the screen, kicks it back out to Yanghua. Yanghua cutting baseline, a little turnaround, mid-range jumper. It's good. Honore Yanghua picking up his first points in a fancy fashion with a little bit of a turnaround there.
Nice little lefty touch.
Madrigal bringing the ball down the floor. He finds some space, kicks it out. Dobie thought about a 3, instead finds space, drives in. A little floater, no good. Rebound almost stripped away. Rebound right into the hands of Larry Carthen. He tries to go up for it and instead gets the jump ball. And possession stays with the Spartans. Under 4 to play and another media timeout called. So while these two teams take a quick break, we're going to take one as well. Don't go anywhere. CUC leads 29-25 here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, 3:57 to play. Aurora has the ball. 18 left on the shot clock. The 5 that were out there are the 5 that are heading back out, including Makai Doby. He had back-to-back buckets for the Spartans from a really good look. He's inbounding the ball here, potentially looking to get the ball right back off the inbound, finding his sweet spot.
The out-of-bounds play, looking to run him off staggers, get him more offense.
The kick out, Doby now up top, 10 on the shot clock. 5 now on the shot clock. Spartans have to do something quick. Richardson up and no good, but the foul call beforehand.
That's tough. Shot clock winding down, fouling with the last second, putting Richardson at the line for 2.
Richardson 0 for 2 from the charity stripe so far today. Make that 0 for 3. As Garrett checks back in for the Cougars. Looks like Garrett and Guthrie are going to be splitting some time here tonight, especially when it comes to guarding Richardson. Richardson standing at 6'8". Vic Garrett standing 6'6". Matthew Guthrie standing 6'8". So really trying to utilize that size matchup so that the rest of the Cougars aren't dealing with too much of a mismatch. But Yangwa, no good on that rebound into the hands of Hilmer. Doby coming down the floor, cuts back, has some space, a little bit of a jumper inside, and that's good. Makes this a 1-point game. Yangwa's dunk is blocked. Richardson picking up the foul. Yangwa coming down the floor rather quickly, and it looked like he was going up for the two-handed dunk, and Richardson just full-bodied him. A little slow to get up, but making his way to the free throw line. Yangwa shooting just around 57% from the charity stripe this season. Misses the first one. Second one up and good. Makes this a 2-point game in favor of CUC.
Doby's hit 3 of his 4 last shots. For Aurora's last 5 possessions, going to him for office right now has really created and generated a spark.
Absolutely. As Doby gets the ball, takes the baseline drive, up and hammers it down.
4 or 5 for him in these last couple of possessions. He is hot.
Lowry with the kick. Corner look for Johnson. Instead kicks it back out. Yangwa feeds it inside to Vic Garrett. Garrett double teamed inside. Kicks it back out to Yangwa. Yangwa driving in. Hesitation. A little fadeaway jumper. It's good. A tough basket for Honore Yangwa.
We've seen multiple times today players coming in from the bench from Concordia, providing a spark, providing offense. Doing a great job there, being patient in the paint and just hitting a nice little lefty jumper.
Rawls in the corner. Cuts back baseline. Johnson swiping at the ball. Tough guarding from Williams, and it looks like they're going to get Williams on the foul. And that's going to put Rawls at the free throw line.
Tough break for Williams there, picking up his 3rd foul of the first half.
That's going to bring Sebastian Hill into the game in place of Williams, and Rawls shooting the one-and-one, excuse me. Makes the first free throw. And drains the second one as well. Tie ball game here, 2:03 to play in the half. Johnson's inbounded attempt to Yangwa, broken up by Doby. Shot clock is going to drop down to 29 seconds. Johnson inbounding once again, this time stationary. Gets it into Lowry. Lowry able to cut back. Full court pressure from the Spartans. Double teaming him.
Aurora's pressure is really picking up as this half goes on. Almost got the Cougars into a 10-second violation.
Johnson coming down the floor quickly. Riker Johnson wanting the block, but I think he's going to get nailed for the foul there. He is. Little Johnson on Johnson violence there. First free throw is good. So that's going to bring in some new subs, some fresh legs for CUC. Familiar faces, though. As the second free throw is good.
He really is just making a living right now at the line. You can see just from the season stats that's something he's really trying to do. Get downhill, draw fouls, draw contact, and a really good free throw shooter.
So the Spartans regain the lead here, 34-32, a minute 30 to play in the half. Lowry thought about the three, instead finds the backdoor cut for Pryor. Tie ball game once again.
What a dime. Great pass, great find, great finish.
Dobie with the ball, heads to that far side corner. Takes the screen, kicks it back over to Rawls. Inside a look, and a foul for Jeffrey Hilmer.
Talk about another dime. What a great find down the lane from the cutting Aurora player in an and-one situation.
Chance for the three-point play for Hilmer. At the free throw line for the first time tonight. Doesn't get the free throw to fall, but the rebound goes right into the hands of Carthen. Ends up with a jump ball in favor of CUC.
Got lucky there with the free throw, almost missed free throw box out.
Pryor to inbound the ball. Minute 3 to play in the half. Guthrie back to Pryor, over to Lowry. Full court pressure starting to release from the Spartans. Under a minute now. As that pass intercepted by Raoul's, guarded by Willard, and a behind the back. And he picks up the foul. Willard in disbelief, but what a pretty attempt to keep that ball away from A.J. Willard. Driving into the lane and just absolutely spins that ball behind his back to take it back to the right side. Doesn't get the shot to fall, but makes his way to the free throw line. .71%
free throw shooter on the year.
And drains both of them. 38-34 now in favor of the Spartans. 45 seconds to play here in this half. Willard coming down the floor quickly. Looks for a bounce pass to Lowry, just a little bit out of control. Raoul's looks to pitch it ahead, but instead is going to get called for the foul. Either way, it's going to be 2 free throws. Rawls heading back to the free throw line for another 2 free throws. He's 4 for 4 here tonight.
And as this game has gone on, you feel the defensive intensity from Aurora pick up. They were down in steals. Now with turnovers and steals, we're about even between Aurora and the Cougars. And that defensive intensity with Aurora, you're seeing the deflections, you're seeing them get on the floor, and it's leading to fast break points, fast break opportunities, and free throws at the line.
As that one falls in and extends out to a 6-point lead here for the Spartans. Spartans led early on in the game, but only under 3 minutes of this game so far here tonight they've led. It's been mostly the Cougars, but a 6-0 run in the last 30 seconds. They've been 3 for 3 from the field. Really just sparked that offense, and as you were mentioning, it came from those defensive pressures. As Privet drives in, and he's going to get fouled. 16.1 seconds remaining. Privet making his way to the line for his first free throws of the season, as it looks like Rawls is coming off the floor for blood. So checking in place of him is Juan Madrigal. Privet's first free throw, no good.
Coming down with 16.1 seconds left. The Cougars have to find a way to get a stop here heading into the half. Aurora calls timeout.
So Johnson with the rebound, 14.1 seconds on the clock. Aurora calls a timeout. You're a basketball coach with a coaching mindset here. What's the play call for Aurora?
Oh, I would expect a high ball screen to come somewhere around 7-8 seconds. You don't want to leave too much time on the clock for Concordia going back down the other way. I imagine they're going to get something going downhill and have their shooters ready on kickouts. Simple basketball, not trying to do too much, just trying to have some fun and get another basket before going into the half. Definitely trying to control that momentum and that tempo, which I feel like Aurora really has been doing these last maybe 3 or 4 minutes.
Absolutely, and on the flip side for CUC, some strong defenders in there. Aaron Brown, Honore Yangwa, we've seen him be a spark on the defensive end as well. Matthew Guthrie. So they're looking to essentially combat that. The full court pressure coming in for the Cougars, trying not to even let the ball have the opportunity for Aurora to slow things down on their half of the court.
Man-to-man pressure here, looking to trap early.
Doby with the ball, over to Johnson, 5 on the clock. Johnson with it, little step back, fadeaway jumper, no good. Yangwa with the rebound, but not enough time to get it off his hands. So after the first 20 minutes of play, Aurora steals the lead, 40-34. Those last few minutes really just sparked things for them. Like I said earlier, a 6-0 run to end the last minute. They were 5 of 7 from the field in their last few attempts and just really shut down the Cougar offense. But as these two teams take a quick 15-minute break, we're going to take one as well. We'll be back shortly on the Cougar Sports Network.
Concordia University Chicago is a Christ-centered Lutheran university where truth, freedom, and vocation form students for lives of influence and service for the common good. Our university offers a wide variety of undergraduate and graduate degree options that are available in person and online. That means we have a program designed for you. Whether you're a high school student, an adult returning to complete your degree, or someone looking to enhance your credentials and prepare for career growth. As a member of this university community, you'll also find support in your spiritual and personal life so you can grow in the faith and discover ways to serve others. To start your next journey with us, visit cuchicago.edu today.
I do have a regular tutor. I come to see him every Friday. This is something I actually started doing here at Concordia. I never really sought tutoring before.
As the Dean of Students, I work closely with our students here, all the way from orientation through to graduation in a variety of capacities. We have CU Learn up on the second floor of the Christopher Center, which is a great space with some fantastic resources for our students.
This is more of a workspace, a hands-on place. We have small cubicles you can work in that have video screens so you can work on a presentation. You can work with your tutors for content areas.
Here at CU Learn, I tutor the natural sciences. For anyone who wants to become a student tutor, it will definitely expand and cement your understanding of the information you already know.
We were friends first, and once she got a job as a tutor, I was like, perfect, I know a tutor. I can go to her for help whenever I need it. I've received help studying and help with writing.
Being a tutor has actually helped me. I think it's kind of shown me where my strengths and weaknesses lie. Kind of complement each other in that sense so we can help each other out.
We've got subject tutors for nearly every subject up there, as well as our writing center. Our writing center is a great resource.
When I assign papers to class, I encourage every student to make sure eyes other than theirs read through their paper. The writing center is the first option. I always encourage students to make use of those resources.
Students can actually email their papers to the writing center and get feedback. All of our services are both offered in person in the CU Learn space as well as virtual appointments. Students can access Navigate. Navigate allows students to access a large list of resources, kind of where to go for different needs that they might have on campus. The core values of Christian faith, the individual, excellence, integrity, and service. I see CU Learn living those out every day.
All of your academic supports are concentrated in one location. If you need it, we should be able to help you here.
Everyone's goal in college is to succeed, right? To learn. CU Learn's been great support to my students.
It's never a waste to better your education or to strengthen your skills or skills you may not have. It's always good to learn a bit more and never to just sit back and not do anything.
The space itself, it's a really nice study space, large windows, a lot of natural light, a good quiet environment to work.
It's actually helped me learn a lot. Like even these classes that I've taken before, it's definitely enhanced my learning. So it's fun, I keep learning.
Make sure you come in and try it. It'll feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. I felt more comfortable in my studies, completing anything necessary.
It's helped me become better, it's helped me hone those skills, and it's helped me make sure that my writing and my other academic areas are as strong as they can be.
Hi, I'm Monica here at Concordia University Chicago, and we're here outside of Concordia Hall. Concordia Hall is the university's newest residence hall, right on the edge of campus, perfect for students who want to explore the nearby downtown of Oak Park and River Forest. The flexible suite-style living in fully furnished bedrooms lets students choose what works best for them. Every floor is complete with a community lounge and full common kitchen, with a kitchenette, microwave, sink, and refrigerator. The first floor offers the Victory Lounge, connecting to 2 additional residence halls, with no shortage of ways to relax. You're also right next to an open, outdoor plaza, better known as Victory Lane.
So now we're here in Concordia Hall's suite-style dorm room, and this is a really nice place to just hang out and chill. And since it's so big, there's plenty of room to spread out and do your homework and just relax. So now making our way into one of the bedrooms, there's plenty of space in this room for you and your roommate. A lot of times students will move the desks so that they've got their separate study space, but my roommate and I, we get along really well, so we can just work together here in the same space. Sometimes I like doing art as well, as you can see by the painting here. It's a 16 by 10 feet space, and most rooms on campus are 10 by 12 feet. So it's really nice to have a little extra space to work with here in Concordia Hall. So this hall is super close to the chapel and the Kennedy Community Center, which has the new Crossroads Dining Hall, so the location is super convenient. And I really love the city scene too. The location here is the closest on campus to the Oak Park River Forest downtown area, which has a ton of great stores and restaurants. Speaking of the city scene, I adore the view from this lounge because you can see the Chicago skyline right there.
Concordia Hall at Concordia University, Chicago.
You can't sleep here, Charlie.
Become a CUC nursing student and choose to stand tall for healing at a university that places Christ at the center and embraces teaching students to live a life fulfilled by purpose and meaning. Concordia University Chicago's new Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree is an innovative and rigorous 4-year program that will prepare you to rise to the daily challenges of a rewarding nursing career and serve a greater cause. Our newly built modern simulation center features 4 distinct spaces: a skills attainment lab, multi-specialty intensive care spaces, a health assessment learning center, and a simulated home environment. Due to our close proximity to many world-class teaching hospitals, CUC's clinical rotations offer an abundance of diverse and real-world experiences. Learn more about earning your BSN at a Christ-centered university today.
Down through the ages, God has called and equipped people to make a real difference in the lives of others. To lead, to heal, to stand tall. For 160 years, Concordia University Chicago has been preparing the next generation of leaders with the wisdom, faith, and values to make an impact in the world, to share the gifts God gave them and answer the call to a life fulfilled by purpose and truth, to be living examples of what it means to live with Christ at the center as we serve others. Because at CUC, we don't run away from adversity, we go towards it. We don't shrink from our faith, we lead with it. We are teachers, caregivers, and musicians, scientists, pastors, and business leaders, unshakable pillars of strength and integrity who serve a cause greater than ourselves. And the world needs us now more than ever. Learn how a degree from Concordia University Chicago can help you be the pillar the world needs to stand for something greater. The only question is, are you ready to stand tall?
Back here on the Cougar Sports Network for some second half basketball between Aurora University and Concordia University Chicago. I'm Kayla McLeod, joined on the call tonight with the head women's basketball coach, Coach Lauren Martin, and we've had ourselves a fantastic game so far tonight. It's been a little bit of a back and forth battle. We've seen both of these teams going on runs here, runs there, and we've seen, you know, the Cougars take it early, and then the Spartans come in and they took it late in the second half.
Yeah, I think early half foul trouble for some Cougars starters has caused some issues just defensively for the team. And in that, Aurora's gotten to the line 17 times. They've shot 11 of 17. And that's really a big difference so far. And them being up 40 to 34, because there's a lot of even statistics through the rest of the stat line.
Absolutely. And looking at Aurora, one player stands out as Cullen Raoul's leading the way right now, 15 points, but notably he's 3 for 5 from 3. a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line, and he's just starting to get that offense going, especially when they were in a bit of a dry spell. Hit some back-to-back threes that really were able to get a lot of things in motion, and when he started to get a little bit cold late in the stretch, they were able to rely on Makai Doby. He got hot late in the game, late in the first half, and that really helped things once again. He went 4 for 5 from the field in the first half. He's already got 4 rebounds, and when he was going 4 for 5, they were all pretty consecutive.
Yeah, I mean, it was down the stretch of that first half, and he really found a way to not only keep Aurora in the game, but put them up through going into the half.
And on the flip side, for the Cougars, scoring has been pretty shared throughout the team. Darion Williams leading the way with 8 points, Talis Lowry with 7, and everybody else that's come in sprinkled here and there.
One place where the Cougars have done a great job is just bench production, instant offense from Brown, Pryor, and Youngwow. Coming in and 14 points off the bench for the Concordia Cougars. And seeing that, another huge place where Concordia should look to find some ground is the rebound battle. Aurora's out rebounding the Cougars 16 to 10, and just providing some more second chance points, really looking to get some offensive boards, some putbacks, and then kind of take what Aurora's been doing, getting to that foul line, only shooting 7 free throws in the first half. If we could see that improve to about 20 by the end of the game, and keep Aurora off the line, you'll see that score deficit go down.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about turnovers early in the first half and what the Cougars were able to do off of turnovers, and they were capitalizing quite a bit early on in the half. And from that, about midway through the first half point that we were talking about it, they hadn't really been able to do as much as they had in that first half. So seeing CUC remain strong throughout the entirety of the second half versus just that early goings and not letting Aurora come in, sweep them out from under their feet, and really get things going once again. I think that's going to be a game changer here in the second half, because there's a lot of back and forth battles happening and a lot of numbers changing from one way to another within a matter of minutes.
Yeah, I think there was a moment where the Cougars were at 6 deflections midway through the second half, and since that moment, all we have for them is about 6 deflections, and I think really focusing on cranking that defensive intensity up and swarming Aurora the way that they did will really lead to that offensive output. You can see this team wants to get out and run. They want to let their defense, make their offense go, and I think that's when Concordia is at their best.
Absolutely, and it looks like we're going to have the original starting 5 back out on the floor to start the second half. Aurora will start with possession, and we are officially underway in the final 20 minutes of today's matchup. I talked about it a little bit earlier in the broadcast, but CUC swept the Spartans last season for the first time since the 2011-2012 season, and it really gives Aurora a little bit of an edge here coming back today. But overall, the Spartans 29 wins over the Cougars. As a long baseball pass catches a sleeping Aurora defense. Great high IQ play from Riker Johnson. The ball was handed to him. Aurora was not prepared whatsoever. Vic Garrett all the way down court.
Huge play to start the half. What a find. You really can't make a pass longer than that in the basketball court.
No, not at all. And like I said, a high IQ play for Johnson. He saw his opportunity and he took it. As a little fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound goes into the hands of Richardson, but stripped away. Cougars looking to take some early momentum here. No look pass to Zimmer. Zimmer able to get that one up. No good. Richardson pulls the rebound. Rawls back out to Madrigal. Madrigal taking the screen a few times. He's going to take his chance at a little mid-range jumper. No good. The tip back in for Hilmer is good. 42-36.
Concordia's got to rotate and put a body on that backside guard to pull the offensive rebound, defensive rebound.
As that one right into the hands of Rawls, up and in for two. And it looks like head coach of the Cougars Rashawn Searles is going to take an early timeout to get his team back into rhythm, really settle things down a little bit as Aurora has come out swinging. CUC able to get that long pass in and, you know, look like they're going to steal some momentum, but the Spartans, they're just not slowing down whatsoever.
Yeah, and you get yourself in a really good defensive position where Richardson, I think, set something like 4 ball screens in one possession. They covered well. They kept him out. They forced him into an off-balance shot and don't clear the rebound, and then that leads to a quick bucket on the other side, or a quick putback bucket. You got to secure rebounds as this game goes on.
Absolutely. 44-36 in favor of the Spartans. Early in the first half, the Cougars were able to hold the lead over Aurora for the majority of the game, but late in that stretch, the Spartans took the lead and still holding on to it here in the second half. So a quick 30-second timeout that turned to a media timeout is going to give these two teams a chance to reset. Hopefully the Cougars coming out with some intensity here. Johnson to inbound. Richardson this time, a close eye on Garrett. Not looking for that baseball pass, as Johnson finally able to get that ball inbounded. Lowry here. Kicks over to Zimmer. Up top back to Johnson. Lowry on the wing. Kicks it up top to Williams. Williams thought about a 3 instead. Takes it inside.
We've seen this action a few times for the Cougars across post-to-post cross screen and a pin down for their shooter. And in all these possessions, they've really struggled getting a shot within that last 5 seconds of the shot clock. So really coming off that action, looking to score, shot ready, and letting it fly.
Darion Williams had a couple looks there, chose not to take it, hoping for a better, more guaranteed drive inside. He's really sweet from that mid-range.
And again, you see another offensive rebound leading to a loose ball foul on the Cougars. On the shot, they got to find a body and box out.
Riker Johnson picking up his second foul. As we see Youngblood checking back in for CUC.
And he did a great job in the first half, creating defensive spark, offensive spark. Let's see what he can provide for the Cougars right now.
Hilmer makes his way to the net. Strong finish through some traffic. Pitch pass up to Youngblood, over to Garrett. Garrett coming up and under, and he's going to get fouled by Rawls.
And that is exactly what Concordia needs. Get to the line, stop the clock, knock down a set of free throws here.
Vic Garrett heading to the free throw line. Looking for his first made free throws tonight. First one is good. .46-37 here.
We got Brown checking back in too. Again, a really great offensive weapon, defensive presence, provided some great minutes in the first half for the Cougars.
Full court pressure here. Lowry guarding Rawls. Up to Richardson. Back over to Madrigal. Here's Doby.
Here comes that high ball screen.
Doby takes it, and a nice little mid-range jumper, just like you drew up.
Simple basketball.
Lowry coming down the floor quickly. He's able to get past Doby. His high shot, no good. Rebound goes to Madrigal. It's an unusual miss for Lowry, as that deep 3 from Rawls, no good. Lowry slowing things down a little bit, letting the offense get set. Looks to feed Garrett inside. 10 on the shot clock. He finally does, just a bit too late. That one's picked off.
Like to see a little bit more ball movement. Maybe get the ball reversed, have him cut across the lane, then hit him on there, set him up in a better opportunity to score.
Doby tucks that ball in close all the way to the rim. Finger rolls in for 2.
That's back-to-back buckets for him.
Full court pressure from the Spartans once again. Brown bringing the ball down the floor. Nothing stopping him all the way in. No good. Can't tell if Richardson got a hand on that or not, but now the pitch pass up. And the fast break bucket for Hilmer is good. And Coach Searles taking another timeout as the Spartans burst out to another 6-0 run in the last minute and some change. Cougars haven't put up a field goal in the last nearly 4 minutes, needing to find some offensive rhythm. So while these two teams take a break, we're going to take one as well. Spartans lead 52-38 right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, 15:44 remaining in this game. Cougars inbounding. Yangwa gets it into Lowry. Full court pressure from the Spartans. Aurora has been absolutely electric in the second half as that one's blocked by Doby. Doby coming down the floor, almost has that one poked away, but regains control. Cuts back here, heading to his left, looks to kick it back up, instead feeds it right to Aaron Brown. Brown, little inside out, up and good for 2. Aaron Brown doing what needed to be done to get the Cougars moving.
Such a great take. Took the ball till someone stopped him and no one did. Laid it nice with the right hand. Wonderful take.
CUC trails by 12. Richardson kicks it back out to Rawls. Rawls feeds it back into Richardson. Garrett, tough defense here. Not letting anything easy, and Garrett now gonna get called for the foul.
Concordia's got to keep them, or Aurora, out of the paint. Right now, at halftime, the paint points for Aurora were 16-12. Right now, we're at 28-16 points in the paint.
That one up, and Williams is going to foul Doby. Some 11-on-11 violence there.
And again, getting downhill, getting inside the block area, and just putting pressure on the defense to keep getting really good field goal looks.
Doby, a nice, strong take to the basket, and Williams just unable to get a clean block on it, but disrupting the shot nonetheless, as Doby's first free throw is good. Sebastian Hill checking back in for the Cougars as Williams picked up his 4th foul here.
That's a tough blow for the Cougars. Williams being such an important part to what they do defensively, what they do offensively. You want to see him back on the court as soon as possible.
Yeah, Williams, he leads the CUC team in points per game at 12.6. He leads the team in steals at 20. Leads the team, or he's second on the team, in assists at 20, second on the team in blocks. I mean, he's just an instrumental part of this entire Cougar team. As Garrett's shot up, and he's going to get called for the foul.
Excellent execution on offense. Concordia ran a nice little elevator set. Ended up missing a 3 out of it, but creating more offense just by getting an offensive rebound. Now they end up at the line, clock stop, looking to chip away at this 14-point Aurora lead.
A nice little spin from Garrett, making his way to the rim as His first free throw just misses. Second free throw is good.
See Concordia picking up in a little full court pressure again.
Rawls coming down the floor, looking to draw some contact there. He's taking it all the way in, has that one poked away. Aaron Brown comes away with it, batted back and forth. Lowry able to hold on to it, feeds it into Yangwa. Yangwa cuts into the paint, finds Vic Garrett. Vic Garrett up and in for two. He thought about trying to lay the hammer down, instead made the smart play to take that one dribble on the reverse and take the guaranteed bucket.
Points off of turnovers, points in the paint.
As Yangwa gets called for the foul there. His first foul of the night. Rawls over to Hilmer, up top to Richardson. Swings it around to Dobie, back up top to Madrigal, who pulls for three, no good, back iron. Garrett pulls the rebound. Cougars coming down quick. Over to Hill. Yangwa with an open look for three, no good, front iron batted around. Lowry able to come away with the rebound. Lowry looks for the baseline drive, little spin, finds Garrett at the high post. Up and off the glass, no good. Rebound to Aaron Brown. Another opportunity. Here's Hill cutting inside. Little floater is good.
They earned that one. 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. Gets themselves a really great look at the basket, cutting into this lead. The offensive rebound and picking up sure helped that.
As that one from Madrigal, no good. Brown pulls away with the rebound. Pitches it ahead to Vic Garrett. Vic Garrett up and slams it down.
You're really seeing that defensive intensity pick up and that firepower in the paint, getting buckets.
And the energy in Geisman has shifted as Yangwa gets called for the foul, but you can hear it inside the gym here. The Cougars on a 7-0 run in the last minute and 49 seconds, and it's really making an impact when the energy starts to pick up in the gym. You can hear the bench getting into it. You can hear the fans getting into it. It really starts to help. You see it translate, and the team starts to help feed on that energy as well.
Absolutely. When you got a player on the court like Garrett who's locked in stance, getting out in transition, dunking the ball, just being everywhere right now. It really is helping the Cougars get this momentum, gain this momentum, and now let them sustain the momentum as well.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Johnson here feeds it inside to Richardson. 3 to shoot. Tries to get it up and in. Blocked by Garrett. Oh, my goodness.
A little bit of everything right now.
And that one is up and in for Aaron Brown. And the Cougars have made themselves known here tonight.
7 of the last 9 points have been generated by Garrett off that block, and another turnover for Aurora. Deflection after deflection, steal after steal, and another dunk.
Vic Garrett is doing everything, and the Cougars are feeling it.
Talk about being the momentum right now.
9-0 run in the last 3 minutes or so. And CUC has got themselves right back into this game. Excuse me, an 11-0 run as Vic Garrett has just sparked this offense. He's sparked this defense, and you're seeing it translate. And the rest of the team is feeding off of that energy. And very, very quickly, we have a one-possession game inside Geisman.
Yeah, I mean, not even, it feels like 2 seconds ago we were talking about points in the paint. Concordia was down by a significant amount. They've evened that out to be 28-26, and really, really, really something with the momentum changing here. And like we said before, Garrett has everything to do with that right now.
11:43 to play in this game, and CUC only trails 54-51. Like I said, an 11-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds or so. Spartans haven't scored in the last 3 minutes or so, and we're just really seeing that momentum shift. But this is something that we saw in the first half as well. The Cougars had their foot on the gas, and then all of a sudden the Spartans came in and they stole all that energy and all that momentum. And now we're seeing it here in the second half. Spartans started out with all that energy and that momentum, and as we've seen in the last few minutes, the Cougars, they've come in and they've taken it right back in their own home gymnasium.
You know, Kayla, there's that age-old saying, and that age-old saying is this basketball game is a game of runs, and we are seeing that here tonight.
Some fresh legs in on both sides as Rawls brings the ball down the floor, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson cutting inside, has that one poked away, able to contain it.
Body's diving on the floor.
Rawls three, no good. Offensive board goes to Hilmer. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Madrigal takes the screen, finds his way in, looks for the outside three. Instead, Hilmer kicks it back out. Johnson takes a mid-range jumper, no good. The tip in attempt from Hilmer, no good. Still batting around, but Yangwa comes away with it. Aaron Brown has nothing but space. He takes a little Euro step up and good.
Again, we see that feisty defense. We're seeing that feisty defense lead to the offense. Fast break points in the paint are evened up.
A 1-point game now as Rawl finds his way into the paint for an easy layup.
That was just too easy. You got to move your feet, got to stay in between your man and the basket.
As that one is thrown right into the hands of Rawls, who's going up for it and gets fouled. And Cullen Rawls, he was someone that really sparked up for the Spartans early in the first half. And he's looking to do it again here in the second half. Rawls 3 for 5 from 3 in the first half. He went 100% from the free throw line, and he's jumped up to 19 points here, hoping to make it 8 for 8 from the charity stripe. His first free throw is good.
As Brown checks out, just gave quality minutes for the Cougars. Great spark again this half. Finishing at the rim, providing all the energy for his team.
Rawls' second free throw, back iron, no good. Garrett able to collect the rebound.
Definitely can't blame the broadcasters on that, Jinx.
As Lowry bringing the ball down the floor for the Cougars. Rejects the screens. And a deep three for Hill, no good. And the rebound goes to the Cougars. Zarek Johnson got a little bit too comfortable, thought that was a guaranteed board, and in comes Tallis Lowry to disrupt that. 20 on the shot clock for the Cougars, Lowry to inbound. Hill thought about pulling three, instead he's going to take the baseline drive. Cuts back to his left, kicks out to Willard. Back to Lowry. Lowry tries to cut inside, a little hesitation, turn around, no good, gets his own board. Lowry kicks out to Hill, lost the handles on that. Guthrie, handoff to Hill, once again lost the handles, but collects it again, under 10 on the shot clock, calls for the screen. Rejects the screen, looking for that open space, takes it all the way to the hoop, up and no good, but they are gonna get the foul call. Sebastian Hill hit the ground hard.
Things we talked about at halftime were getting to the line, which Concordia has been able to consistently do this half, and then evening out the numbers on the rebounds. And so far, offensive rebounds at halftime, Concordia was at 3. Right now, they are at 8 offensive rebounds, and you see that rebounding margin diminish as this game goes on.
Hill's first free throw is good. His first free throw of the night. Some subs checking in here.
As Garrett goes and takes a little rest, he just provided so much energy, such an energy player, and defensively, offensively, just a player who Concordia can go through to get so much.
Free throw is good. 57-55, the Spartans still lead. As Johnson feeds down, and the hammer from Richardson extends the Spartan lead just a little bit more. Lowry with a nice cut in, has that one rejected by Richardson. Devon Richardson trying to take control back for the Spartans.
Richardson just scored one layup at one end and denied a layup at the other end.
Devon Richardson, he's leading this Aurora squad this season, 16.1 points per game. So as a steal here coming in, and the easy up and in for Johnson. That's going to force Coach Searles to take a timeout. But as I was saying, Richardson, he's typically leading this Aurora squad, 16.1 points per game, and only 7 here tonight so far. He's been a little bit cold. We talked about it early on, trying to take advantage, get him the ball inside the paint, and he just hasn't really been able to get the ball and have great success, partly due to the pesky Cougar defense. Vic Garrett inside the paint, Matthew Guthrie and Aaron Brown have not made his life easy, so he's going to take advantage of where he can get them. And these instances that we've just seen, those last 2 possessions, that's exactly it.
And in the half, you just haven't seen much half-court offense out of Aurora. They've had some transition buckets, but then Concordia's defense has taken away a lot of half-court opportunities. So getting him the paint touches inside, the post touches inside has been a difficult feat to do during this time.
9:09 to play in this game. The Spartans lead 61-55. Cougars inbounding the ball here. Full court pressure from the Spartans. Lowry bringing the ball down the floor, hands it off to Willard. Willard kicks it up top to Youngwa. Youngwa finds Brown, who loses his footing a little bit but recovers really well. Under 10 on the shot clock. Lowry, Willard back to Lowry. Youngwa takes the baseline drive for a reverse layup, no good, but Brown able to get the putback, and the putback no good, but picks up the foul.
Picked up a couple more offensive rebounds there as well.
Aaron Brown heading to the line now for his first free throws of the night. First free throw is good. Aaron Brown shooting just about 72% on the season from the charity stripe. As his second free throw is good. Vic Garrett checking back in for the Cougars. 61-57 in favor of Aurora. Full court pressure from the Cougars. Rawls coming to his left side. Looks for the baseline drive. No good. A nice look, though. Lowry, a little stutter step there. Little hesitation, and he's able to get that one up and in for 2. Through some contact.
Another deflection. Oh, little kid on the floor. Little timeout here.
The officials ensuring the child's safety.
He probably just wants to play a little basketball.
I mean, what kid doesn't at that age? You see an open floor and you take the chance to get out there.
Recruiting class of like 2036 or something.
Play resumes here. Rawls with the ball. Sends it back to Dobie. Dobie guarded tightly by Youngwa. 2 to get across, 1 to get across, and he does. Dobie all the way up and in, and they're going to call the block on Brown. Brown cannot believe it. As that's going to put Dobie at the line. And I believe head coach of the Cougars, Rashawn Searles, he's asking about it, looking as if he's going to challenge it. I believe this is one that he needs a timeout to challenge. They're going to go to the media timeout. Still unsure if they're going to review that or not. So while these two teams take a quick break, we're going to take one as well right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Dobie taking 2 free throws. Coach Searles.
One thing Concordia has done a good job of this half is limiting the free throw attempts that Aurora's had. Something you want to continue to focus on, playing clean D through the rest of the half here, and really putting the pressure on Aurora to make some even threes. Nobody's hit a 3 since the first half, either team. Forcing them outside the paint and make that offense run that way, cause them to miss and go down and get a bucket on the other end.
Absolutely. Coach Searles electing not to review that block call, something that he would need a timeout, and with only 1 remaining timeout in this game, and with how close this game is, probably the right move. So the free throws, you take your shot, and a 1-and-1 as a deep 3 from Hill. No good. Richardson with the rebound. A little bit of scrappy basketball there, but not a bad look from Hill. Dobie coming down the floor here. Back up top to Rawls. Over to Madrigal. Little handoff. Dobie for 3. He got it!
First 3 hit by either team in the second half. A nice little dribble weave action. Everybody touched the ball, and Aurora hit a nice big 3.
65-59 in favor of the Spartans. Hill back over to Lowry. Feeds it inside for Aaron Brown. Brown, little short corner jumper, no good. Rebound into the hands of Madrigal. Dobie bringing the ball down the floor, guarded by Lowry. Hands it off to Rawls. Rawls behind the screen, kicks it back out to Hilmer. Hilmer cutting across, hand off for Madrigal. He thought about the 3, instead he's gonna cut inside. Hilmer back up top to Dobie, under 10 on the shot clock. Dobie kicks it back out to Madrigal. Madrigal, 3 to shoot, a little turnaround, has that one. I thought it was a block, but contact on the hand. So Yangwa picking up the foul, and that's gonna put Juan Madrigal at the free throw line for 2.
And again, when you play defense for 29 seconds and you play great possession of defense, bailing out at the end, putting Aurora on the line, it's devastating if you're a player out there, knowing that you just needed to contain and contest, play clean D and get the rebound and go down on the other end.
Some subs coming back in for the Cougars. A.J. Willard and the return of Darion Williams. As the second free throw, no good. Garrett with the rebound. Nearing the final 6 minutes of this game, Williams is a great asset to have back on the floor for the Cougars, playing with 4 fouls, so has to play smart. But for the offensive production that he can bring. It's a much needed as Willard pulls for three. No good, front iron. Lowry gets the rebound. Lowry in the corner. Guarded by Dobie. Lowry cuts to his right, up and no good. Just rolling across the entirety of that rim, just didn't fall through.
And Coach has really had them run some great sets, good actions. Concordia just hasn't scored on these sets. They're getting good looks off of pin downs, pretty much wide open. Got to just continue to look for it, share the ball, maybe look to get something inside really quick and go back to what was working earlier, which was in the paint buckets.
As Brown picks up another foul, attempting to get the charge call, but called for the block, and Makai Dobie a little bit slow to getting up. Dobie turning down medical attention on the floor, getting ready to shoot his free throws. Coach Charles once again declining the coach's challenge. 5:34 to play here. Aurora leads 66-59. If you're just now joining us for the last 5.5 minutes of this game, let me tell you, you've missed an exciting one. Back and forth game, and it's been a game of runs. Aurora starting out, then the Cougars stealing some momentum, and then Aurora stealing it back, and then the Cougars stealing it back, and it's just been an exciting way to end home games in Geisman before the holiday break.
And there's nothing like conference action. So going into this game, the guys have got to be, they're just probably so excited to be on their home floor for Concordia. Aurora just traveling under an hour to get here. Your last game, I'm guessing, before the holidays for both teams. So just out here playing the game of basketball that they all love and competing at such a high level as this game ticks into these final minutes.
Aurora on a 7-0 run in the last 2.5 minutes. Cougars haven't scored in the last almost 3 now. Williams pulls for 3, no good. Rebound into the hands of Madrigal.
Again, a well-executed, a well-run set. Got a good look at it, just missed the shot. I would like to see them get in the paint a little bit more, get those touches, get downhill, do what was working for them earlier.
Madrigal takes this to his left hand, finds a cutting Richardson, but has it broken up. Garrett feeds it ahead to Lowry. Lowry all the way in, engaging in contact, up and good for 2.
Exactly what was working for them earlier. Getting deflections, getting on the floor, throwing that ball out, and laying it up nice and easy.
Tallis Lowry not afraid of contact, leaning into it for the bucket. Makes this a 7-point game as we enter the final 4.5 minutes. Rawls cutting in. Dumps it over to Hillman, an unselfish play there for Cullen Rawls. As the pitch ahead to Williams. Aurora defense forcing him to pull it back out and reset the offense. Lowry on the near side here, cuts inside. And a little pull-up mid-range jumper, he got it.
Nice points in the paint. Nice and smooth off the little between the legs. Hit him right in the middle of the lane.
Tallis Lowry, one of those players that's so good on the pull-up jumpers. He's so good on the floaters, and especially in that mid-range top of the key. Really his sweet spot.
Defense for Concordia really needs to lock down.
As a 3 here for Dobie. No good back iron. Hillman with the rebound.
You got to box out.
Wide open look here for Madrigal. Kicks it back out. Dobie has a shot at redemption, instead kicks it back out, but Williams intercepts it, feeds it ahead, but broken up by Hilmer, and Richardson slams this one down. Tough defense from the Spartans, lead to a throwdown for the offense as Williams, high look, no good, into the hands of the Spartans.
This is one of the times where there's still plenty of time left for Concordia. You want to, obviously transition buckets have been something they've been good at all game, but you don't need to rely on early offense. You can still share the ball, move the ball, get good looks at the basket. You just have to stop, get stops on defense, and box out.
Down by 9, and we saw the Cougars go on an 11-0 run earlier in this half, so it's entirely possible as the pitch ahead to Aaron Brown. Engages in contact, up and in for two.
Beautiful pass, beautiful play, great finish. Again, stops and scores. They got the stop on the initial possession and were able to convert at the other end.
Rawls coming down the floor, guarded tightly by Willard.
So much time left.
Madrigal cutting inside, loses the control on that one, and he's going to get called for the travel.
Perfect timing for a forced turnover right there.
As I believe we're going to see a timeout here, media timeout, and head coach for the Spartans, Steve Christensen, unhappy on that sequence of events. But CUC, as you said, plenty of time to get back into this one. Cougars trail 65-72, 2:14 left to play. Don't go anywhere. More action right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, 2:13 to play. Cougars trail 72-65. Lowry looking to get back into this. Finding his way into the paint, a mid-range floater, no good, gets his own board. Surrounded by a swarm of Spartans, kicks it out to Hill. Hill slowing things back down, back over to Lowry. Feeds it inside to Brown. Brown, a little short corner jumper, it's good.
Needed that one. The Cougars are picking up in that full court press again. Ultimately, throughout the day, the Cougars defense has held a high-scoring, high-octane Aurora team to 72 points, a team that typically averages about 90 points a game, 90-plus points a game in the conference season. Continue to do this. I mean, not put them at the line right now would be helpful with getting stops. However, off of this made or miss free throw, got to push ball, got to push tempo, and get a good non-rushed look at the basket.
As the first free throw is good for Madrigal. His second one, no good, but the offensive board to Richardson, up and in for two.
And Garrett's been doing such a great job on the glass, just missed an opportunity there to box out a bigger Richardson. Gets the clock stopped, drop a nice little set here for an out-of-bounds play. Get something inside, get to the line.
As Madrigal picks up his first foul of the day. As Lowry, just a little bit of a miscommunication there, started moving on that inbound, but on that
little happy feet there on the out of bounds play. Can't be moving on those ones, only after made shots.
So an unfortunate turnover there for CUC as Madrigal gets it inbounded, but the full court pressure from the Cougars making it difficult to get up the floor. Madrigal here through some contact, able to pull it back out for Johnson. Johnson over to Rawls. Tight defense there. 12 on the shot clock. Johnson double teamed, finds Rawls. Rawls engaging in some contact, finds Hilmer down low, 5 on the shot clock. Hilmer kicks it back out. Madrigal for three, no good, back iron. Lowry with the rebound. Under a minute to play here. Lowry Little Euro step high off the glass is good. Tallis Lowry getting things done for the Cougars as Yangwa fouls to stop the clock, but Tallis Lowry now up to 15 points on the game, and he's been really leading this team quite a bit throughout this season. He picked up a career high this past Sunday, 22 points against Adrian, and before that Adrian game, he picked up a career high 14 points against Dominican. So he's just a kid that's been putting in the work where it needs to be, and you're seeing that translate rather quickly as Spartans lead 76-69, 48.8 seconds remaining.
As the coach of the game, there's a lot of talk about little things and how little things add up through the game. So missed free throw box outs, falling asleep at the wrong time. You know, just those little things that when you look back, you really get to work on them, which is a great thing. And in this game, you're going to see where you can learn from and where you can grow as you go on in your season.
Absolutely, as the Cougars foul Richardson there. 33.7 remaining in the game now. And I've said it a few times here tonight, but the Spartans, they came into Geisman today with some intensity. Like I said, all time the Cougars are only 10-29 against the Spartans, and 2 of those 10 wins came last season. First time the Cougars were able to sweep the Spartans in 1 year since the 2011-2012 season.
We see Richardson right now going 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Talking right now on the line, who are you boxing out? Who's got shooter? Who's pinching? And making sure you grab this board if he does indeed miss another one.
Absolutely, with 33.7 seconds remaining, as Brown does grab that board. Cougars pushing quick tempo. Hill over to Privet. Privet pulls for 3, no good. Punched around in the air. Garrett able to come away with it. Kicks out to Yangwa. Yangwa for 3 now. He got it. Honore Yangwa. As I believe Aaron Brown hit the deck on that one. But a big time 3, 77-72, 18.6 seconds remaining. I believe Coach Searles called that timeout. So his final timeout of the game. Anything is possible in the game of basketball, and trailing by just a few points here, 18.6 seconds remaining, it's not an impossible task.
No, not at all. And defensively, you're just locking on. You're trying to get a 5-second call. You're trying to make them make a mistake, make them play quick, arm bar all over, switch everything, and then you got to foul quick. And again, the person to foul of the night is Richardson. He's 1 of 6 from the line. He's missing kind of long, so that leads to where your offense wants to go when you box out and you gather the ball, and then it's going to be either a quick 2 or got to light it up for 3. And interesting in this game, both teams were shooting a high percentage from 3 in the first half, and didn't take a lot. 4 or 6, I think, was one, and the other one was about 66% or something like that. But here we are in the second half, and each team has just hit 1 3, and you see how those percentages have shifted, and it became more of an inside game. So knocking down that first 3 at a crucial time for the Concordia Cougars.
Absolutely. 20.2 seconds remaining. I believe they might have added a few seconds back on after that final shot. So no timeouts remaining for the Cougars. The best thing that can happen here is some lockdown defense. Force the Spartans to take one of their timeouts or the 5-second violation call as the baseball pass almost intercepted by Willard. Instead, that's going to be pulled out and shaving a few seconds off the clock. Rawls did a nice job there. He had the opportunity to go up for the basket. Instead, he pulled out just trying to shave some time off the clock. He gets fouled, and unfortunately not the one that you want to foul in this situation, as he's 7 for 8 from the charity stripe tonight.
The conference shooting 65% from the free throw line.
As his first free throw is no good. 17 seconds remain in this game. Second free throw is good. Makes that a 6-point lead as the Spartans do call a timeout here. So 17 seconds remain. Cougars have the ball. Spartans most likely looking to avoid the foul, giving up maybe one basket after letting the Cougars burn some time, but I think the defensive mindset here is to not let them get anything quick.
I think there's that age-old question, too, when you have fouls to give and you're up by 6 with 17 seconds left. Are you going to foul and have a foul to give, or are you going to play clean D?
Absolutely. The Cougars on the flip side, they're looking to score quick. With only 17 seconds, trailing by 6, realistically only a 2-possession game if you've got some sharp shooters coming in and needing to get a bucket quick, not burning too much time, as you see Andre Lulaudis checking back in for CUC. Privet inbounding here. Some full court pressure from the Spartans. Get the ball into Aaron Brown. Lowry moving down the floor quickly. Feeds it back up to Privet. Privet looked for a step back three, no good. Hill, a little step back, deep territory, no good. Brown with the rebound, through traffic, goes up, and he gets the foul. 3.2 seconds remaining. The Spartans did a nice job not letting an open three get there. A little deep step back from Sebastian Hill, but great board from Aaron Brown. First free throw is good.
Concordia's out of timeouts.
Little offense-defense situation here as Privet and Lowry check out. Guthrie and Garrett check back in. Your two tallest guys on the floor, really trying to get an offensive board here. As Brown shoots that one hard, and that's going to do it here inside Geisman Gymnasium. Brown looking to bang that one off the front iron and hope that you can get the board on it, especially with only 3.3 seconds remaining. Not a bad option, but unable to get it, and that's going to finalize things at 78-73 here. So the Spartans pick up the win over the Cougars, marking their 30th win over CUC. But a back-and-forth battle. We watched it all day today. It really did come down to these final moments, especially in the last 2 minutes. The Cougars were trailing by 9, but we saw them go on an 11-0 run. At any point, either one of these teams could have ran away with it. And at the end of the day, you're looking at the numbers, and a lot of them are pretty similar.
Yeah, I mean, both teams shooting 31% from the field or from three. You got teams similar from their field shooting, but the biggest statistic is the game's won and lost at the free throw line. And in this game, Aurora didn't hit all their free throws, that's for sure, but they went 22 of 35, while Concordia was a mere 12 of 17. So knowing that, a 5-point game and games can be won and lost in that zone, that's a huge stat to take home tonight.
Absolutely. You said it, 22 of 35. Cougars only 12 of 17. That means the Spartans went to the line double what the Cougars did. And unfortunately, when you're not shooting well from outside the three, you're picking up points in the paint. That's no doubt. But being able to get to the line and match that, especially when the Spartans are getting there, it has to happen. And the Cougars, they did a nice job of adjusting, obviously not shooting well from the three, so you're finding it. You talked about it late in the second half. They needed to pick up points in the paint, and they did just that. And they were able to pick up a lot of bench points, too. You talked about that coming into the half, that the Cougars' bench was the strongest point. CUC, 34 bench points compared to Aurora's 8. So they were doing things that needed to be done. And at the end of the day, just not getting to the free throw line enough, that really did make a difference here.
Yeah, and Aaron Brown just had a phenomenal game off the bench. He led Concordia in scoring with 18 points, 4 offensive rebounds, 8 rebounds total, 3 steals, and a block. And, providing that spark and just the halftime adjustments that Concordia did make were exactly what they needed to be in this game. The focus on the rebounds. They were down so much at the half and ended up coming back and only losing the rebound battle by 1 rebound. At half, I think they had something like 4 offensive rebounds, finishing the game with 14 offensive rebounds, giving themselves these second chance opportunities, points in the paint. So overall, you got an assist to turnover ratio 13-13, great ball control, and so many even stats from both teams. But the biggest number that stands out is, you did that great math. I mean, almost doubling from the free throw line. And it's just that aggressiveness that Aurora had inside, and the patience sometimes they exerted on offense, but then getting out in transition and putting the pressure on our transition, or on the transition defense, to step up and make plays. And what happened was fouls in those situations.
Absolutely. And keeping on the talk about the Cougar bench, every single person that stepped foot onto the floor today for the Cougars contributed in one way or another, whether it was points, whether it was steals, whether it was blocks, even fouls drawn. Every single person that stepped on the floor today for the Cougars contributed, and that's exactly what you need. If you can look at that stat line and see that every single person that you've got on your roster from 1 to 25 can do what needs to be done and can contribute in some way, shape, or form, you can take this loss and you can sit with it for a minute, but you can know that your team is in a really good spot, especially moving forward.
Oh, absolutely. And I thought Vic Garrett just had a phenomenal game. Scoring-wise, he had 11 points, 11 rebounds, so a double-double for him. But, we could talk about it all we want, but seeing that kid out there with the look of grit on his face and how he wants to get down in stance and battle and compete in the post, he really provides Concordia with a player who just is almost fearless. And I think that's just something that they can run on throughout the rest of the season. Seeing that kid live in action and how dominant he really can be is something that really impressed me tonight.
Absolutely, and shifting gears a little bit and looking at the Aurora box score here, leading the way today, no surprise, Cullen Rawls, 21 points, 6 steals, really just became a spark for the Spartans. Right behind him was Makai Doby picking up 20 points, and one of the things the Cougars needed to do coming in today was shutting Devon Richardson down, and though he posted a double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds for what he's averaging this season, the Cougars did a nice job of not letting him control inside the paint, but he did still pick up that double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds. So a lot of scoring, a lot of high scoring from the Spartans.
Yeah, and Richardson, you can just tell this guy, he can go off for, I'm sure he can get 30 when he wants to. And when you have an off game, and he didn't have off game, he just didn't have a lot of opportunities to look at the basket. He's 5 of 6, he has 11 points. You find other ways that you can impact the game, and there was ways he did. He opened up people with his ball screens, with his rebounding, getting a double-double like you mentioned, and just finding different ways to impact that game. 2 blocks. I think the backcourt, what you mentioned, it was a quiet backcourt of over 41 points between the two of those players, and there was a sense of coolness about them. They never got over panicked, they never got rushed, they just let the game come to them, and it really, all of a sudden you look down and these two have 41 points between them, and it happened quietly, but it also happened in a way that got them to the free throw line.
Absolutely. So final score 78-73. The Spartans steal the win, and both teams heading for some holiday break. Concordia back in action on Tuesday, December 30th. They'll be on the road to take on North Park University at 4 p.m. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that made today's production possible. Our camera operator, Devin Woywood. Our table crew today consisted of the Hall of Famer Jim Egan on PA, Terry McLeod on scorebook, Elliot Higgins on scoreboard, and Stephen Burke on shot clock. And while we're talking about Stephen Burke, I want to give a big shout out to him and his wife for welcoming their first child just last week, Peyton Elizabeth, born on December 9th. So congratulations, Stephen and Anna. Stephen's been a huge part of Cougar Athletics for about a decade now, give or take some. So want to make sure that we congratulate him on that. But continuing on, operating stats for us was the Assistant Director of Athletic Communications, Corey Welch. Spotting stats for her was Dave Daimling. Our production team consisted today of the one and the only graduate assistant for Athletic Communications, Sydney Lloyd. Joining me on the call today, head women's basketball coach Lauren Martin. Coach, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity. We've talked about trying to get together and do it, and when it was presented, I couldn't pass it up. This was so much fun, and you do such a great job. So big shout out to the one and only Kayla McCloud.
Well, thank you guys so much for spending your Wednesday right here on the Cougar Sports Network. We'll see you next time, and roll Cougs.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.